Come on outside and walk with me. Ha. Get outside. This is the walk-in video once a week. Every week in the community. But y'all get to see the early stages. Get outside and walk. Walking boosts your dopamine and it inspires you. Outside walking, not like, oh, I got a treadmill in my house, I just get on that. Get your booty outside and get to walking. Alright, I'm gonna walk past this mowing because it's a little loud. Well, he was going down there. The reason why you need to do that is because nature talks to you. I'm not even kidding. The mother nature will talk to you while you are walking. While you're outside, she speaks. And she has a message for you. I'm gonna keep walking. Do I know this person? If I know him, this video about to be paused. I do know them, but I ain't paused it. So these videos aren't gonna be edited. This is just me walking and talking. But stick around because a piece of inspiration might intrigue you. So let me tell y'all, some of my greatest inspiring moments in my life have been for me literally being outside. There's a certain level of divine connection that you have to the planet when you walk, especially barefoot. When you walk barefoot in the grass or on the ground, when you're around the trees, there's a certain level of connectiveness that you can't get inside of the house. That's why it's so important to go outside. Trees literally talk, y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all something. One time I was on a shrimp trip. Don't judge me. I was on a shrimp trip and I was sitting outside of the deck of my parents' house and a tree was in front of me, and I felt like the tree was calling me. It was just calling me. And I was like, the tree wants to talk to me. And so I went and I talked to the tree. And I talked to the tree by touching the tree. Let me show y'all with this tree right here. Just like this. I touched the tree and I held the tree. Hi tree, how are you today? I'm gonna keep on going. And the tree started speaking. And the tree was saying a lot of stuff to me, a lot of personal stuff, a lot of things. It wasn't speaking like, you know, I wasn't so fucking geeked out that it was literally formed a mouth and it just started yapping. It was more like it was like an energetic speaking, but I heard it as a thought in my mind. And so the tree was saying stuff to me, and one of the things that really got my attention was the tree said to me that I'm gonna die soon. Mind you, it said a lot of other stuff, right? But I'm gonna get to that. And I said, oh my God, don't say that. Why are you saying that? He said, I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna die soon. I'm so serious. I was like, no. Fast forward to a year later, my mom, she was pointing to the tree I talked to. She's like, I'm about to cut that tree down soon. It's dying. And I was like so shocked when she said that. I did not tell her. Me and my mom, we are not close. We don't even talk anymore. I haven't talked to her in almost 2 years now. We don't talk. It's not a relationship worth keeping, long story short. But the fact that she said that, because like I said, I didn't even tell her I talked to the tree. The fact that she said that made me realize I wasn't just tripping on shrooms. The tree literally talked to me. And see, trees, man, let me tell you something. Trees, they're like all connected. A tree here is connected to the tree somewhere else in China. This tree right here, what's up tree, has communication to a tree in China And I know y'all like, what the let me explain. The trees have roots, duh. But what you might not know is that under the ground, this here ground right here, there's something called mycelium. Y'all know what a mushroom is, right? Think of mycelium as the roots or the seeds to a mushroom. That's the best way I could explain it. It's not quite a root, but it kind of is. And this mycelium is on every single bit of ground that we walk on, even in China. And so when the roots, because all of the roots and the mycelium are touching each other, they're all connected. All of it. All of it is connected. Literally. So they are literally always sending information. This is what the tree told me. I probably didn't mention this part. This is what the tree told me. This tree told me this. And I believed it. Fast forward to like a few months ago, maybe, I literally saw a video that said that all trees are connected. The mycelium and the roots, literally everything the tree told me, everything. Y'all, when you go outside, the mother speaks. Do you know the level of divine knowledge that comes from literally planting yourself on the ground, surrounded by talking trees that are energetically always sending you and other creatures signals of divine intelligence, high intelligence? Do you understand how powerful that is? Do you understand that you can use that? We have lost that as human beings. This is why we don't really respect trees. We cut them down. We don't care. We just cut them down. We use them. We clear out huge quantities of them just to make a raggedy building or something like that. Do you know how much information is being cut down? There's a level of respect that has been lost, and it's because of our disconnection to the mother. I call her the mother. Gaia, the mother earth, whatever you want to call her. This is the mother. The mother. The mother. Okay? And she holds divine knowledge, divine wisdom, and divine love. And you miss out on that when you don't go outside. Get your butt outside right now. If you are looking at this video and you're not outside walking, what are you doing? What are you doing? Are you laying down in bed? Okay, you can get if it's nighttime, you can get a pass. I want you to walk outside. Hey, squirrelies, you probably can't see in this camera. I want you to walk outside, say hey to the squirrels. Say hey to the raccoons. Say hey to your neighbor. You probably don't even know your neighbor. You probably don't even know what they look like. You ain't been outside enough. Get your butt outside right now. If you're watching this and you have nothing to do, which you probably don't, which is why you're watching this, or whatever it might be, you need to exercise today, you need to go outside and walk. This video is for walking. This isn't for just laying around. I mean, don't get me wrong, you can watch it laying around, but the goal is to get your butt outside and walk. First of all, you need some vitamin D, okay? Especially if you're black, like me, black as hell. Do you know? Let me tell y'all something. A lot of these companies, they don't care about your health or wealth or whatever. They want to keep you dumbed down and stupid, disconnected, and so you can spend more money on them. The sunscreen company is a mess. If you are black with darker skin and you live in a region of the world that you've been in almost your entire life, and you're not, unless you're traveling to near the equator or down the south, you do not need sunscreen. I don't care what any of these doctors say. You do not need sunscreen. You actually need to stop that mess. If you want it for vanity purposes, just to put it on your face, that's understandable. But you should not be using sunscreen. Not only do you not need it, you shouldn't use it. And let me tell you why. African Americans, do you know the percentage of us having skin cancer? 0.0, I think it's 0.001%. Bruh, do you know how little that is? But let me tell you something else. You know what is the percentage of us having low vitamin D deficiency? Bruh, About 68 or more percent. I'm gonna fact check it, put it on the screen maybe. Or no, you can fact check it. I might be throwing wrong numbers, but it's high. It's at least 50%. Do you know how high that is? Do you know what happens when your vitamin D levels are low? You raise your chances of cancer, of illnesses, of it weakens your immune system, which is why it raises your chance of illnesses. Depression, low vitamin D could lead to depression. You'll age faster. This is not, do not put sunscreen on. Go outside in the sun. Get that colorism mindset out of your head about, oh, I don't want to get dark. I don't want to get dark. I don't want to hear none of that. Black is beautiful. Black is beautiful, okay? Get your, all skin colors are beautiful, but you get what I'm saying. Get your booty outside right now in the sun. As a black person, you probably need at least 30 to an hour minutes a day in the sun. I'm not even kidding. They don't have no stats on black people. It's just white people 15 minutes. All right, y'all get y'all 15, you good. We need longer. We have more melanin. We are sun creatures, okay? When you looking pasty and stuff, if your skin looks pasty, you're not getting enough sun. You would not feel good. I had a vitamin D deficiency back in like 2019, 2020 type shit. And I was not outside enough because I was working at Amazon, which is inside. I was unloading trucks, so I was inside all day. And I was so tired, I didn't want to go outside after. And you know what happened? I would come back home, inside, no sun. No sun, no sun, no sun. I felt horrible. I was always tired. That's another thing I forgot to mention. I was always tired. I never felt rested. Okay? I was feeling depressed. I was getting sicker. Because, and I started to develop a cancer in my, anyway, we're not going to get into all of that. Because I didn't get outside enough. I was not having healthy practices. Get your butt outside. Walk. I think y'all are getting the theme of this. Get your booty outside. I'm dropping knowledge on you. And let me tell you something else. When you have ADHD, depression, anxiety, your dopamine is trash. It's trash, it's booty. Your dopamine, serotonin, all the feel-good hormones, garbage, in the garbage. When you go outside and you get vitamin D helps produce those hormones. I forgot to mention that. Vitamin D helps you produce the hormones that make you feel all googly boogly and good inside. The sun helps with that as well, because the sun, the sun gives you the vitamin D. Then the mother, on a spiritual level, the mother is like a healer. She's a healer. She's a creator. She is loving and she's powerful. She gives you power, strength of the mind, body, and soul, intelligence. She's known as the intelligent one. Okay. Vitality and life from the plants. Information and knowledge from the trees. She cradles you and she heals you. Okay. She is the ultimate healer. Part of my spiritual journey that put it on the fast track, I kid y'all not, I'm not even making this up. When I woke up, I started being outside one more. I started putting my feet in the grass. I started laying in the grass and meditating. I started baking in the sun. You know, your solar plexus is connected to the sun. It's the fire, the energy of the fire. Okay? When you have ADHD and depression, you need that dopamine. Exercise itself, if you don't believe in the woo-woo spiritual stuff, exercise itself, okay? Exercise itself boosts dopamine levels. I forgot why. Look it up. Get your dopamine out the gutter and raise that ish up. Raise it up. It's time to raise it up. Bro, this is one of my favorite paths, y'all. I haven't been down here in a minute. See, I didn't practice what I preach. Nah, but on some realness. See, the thing is, this is why I say live in my car was, and this is why I talk about it all the time with no shame. Yes, it gets on my nerves sometimes. No, I don't want to live in my car forever. Yes, my car is a mess, but there is some blessing in there, right? I got more connected to being outside. I actually asked for my live in my car, just not in this way. I didn't expect it. I asked, so you asked, you should receive. It might not come in the package that you thought, but it's the perfect package. I asked, I was like, yo, God or whoever, I usually use different names, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just say God makes it more digestible to people. I said, look, I want to learn. I want to help people in real life more. I want to be more connected to nature. I want to live in a tiny home. I want to become a minimalist. I want to move somewhere else. I want to live in a more warm. Everything. I got it. I even wanted to learn what it was. I actually no. One of my things, and this I didn't ask for this, but one of my things, my ultimate themes in life in general. Oh, the creek has been pretty lately, y'all. Anyway, ultimate themes in general is that I want to let go of fears. I don't want fears to hold me back in life at all. I never want a fear to hold me back. And so one of the things that I asked for was to help me with my fears, you know. I never want to be afraid. And so one of my biggest fears was to be homeless. So what did I get? I got everything. I got everything I asked for, and I'm thankful. I thank Mother because I feel like she is she's connected to a lot of what I asked for. Okay, see, I could do a whole video on the Divine Mother, honestly, but this is not that video. Well, it kind of is. We out here. Nah, that's gonna be the next video maybe, or the next video, because I could do a whole video on her. This area is one of my favorite areas, y'all. It's more beautiful like in the spring and summer. At this time it's not as pretty, because what happens is in this area, so this area, right, this is like a ditch for like Houston floods. I'm in like Houston area. It's still kind of pretty. It floods a lot, and so this is basically a flood runoff. Sometimes this could be almost filled with water. I've seen it with my own bare eyes. But what makes this area so beautiful is all these flowers. So many varieties of flowers grow. Look, this is just one of them. There's not many right now. Like I said, it's better. And here's another one. It's better in the spring and summer. This whole area filled edge to edge with gorgeous flowers, bruh. It's like the most beautiful sight you've ever seen. But right now it's mid, but it's still beautiful because it's the mother. Ma is beautiful, okay? Ma is beautiful. I could talk about her all day. Usually I turn back at this point, which I probably am gonna do. But get outside, okay? Okay, get outside. If you're ever feeling stuck in life, like you don't know what's the next step, what to do, go outside. When you're stuck inside, you become stunted. I know this, and you know how I know this is because when I started to get more all up in my phone, which has been the curse of humanity these days, when I started to get all up in my phone and watching all this social media brain rot and you know, not connecting as much, not put my feet in the ground, I just started losing my way. I started getting more depressed. I didn't know what to do next. I was so confused. I didn't know what the fuck to do. It wasn't until I started getting outside a little bit more and I started to do a Ganesh mantra. It goes, Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvighanam Kurame Deva Sarva Karyeshu Sarvada. I did that about 108 times for like 3 days in a row, something like that. And I was outside, I was sitting in the ground. And it literally saved me. First of all, this is what, all right, I'm gonna talk about this. I encourage you to listen to this part. I don't care if you're Christian, Muslim, whatever you are. I encourage you to listen to this, and this is why. All the religious separation is human ego crafted by the devil. I am convinced it's the devil, because and my perception of the devil is not just like this evil creature that just preys on people. The devil's just fear. It's the manifestation of fear. And a lot of religious people fear death. And because they fear death, they look to something that's a promise of what will happen when they die. Because this life is hard for them for a lot of times. That's usually the case. I mean, if you sum it up psychologically, that's usually the case. And so they want to love God and make sure they're right by God, by whatever means they have learned is being right by God, and they follow that so that death becomes less scary, so that they can live a happier life, especially when their life was horrible, or even if their life was good, that they can live an even better life later. Okay, that's what it sums up. But let me tell you something. Don't let that that is just negativity, that fear getting in your way. There's no such thing as being punished for learning something different from what you knew. Education is freedom. Knowledge is God. And that's what one of Lord Shiva's ultimate truths. He has about 5 major truths, and that's one of them. Knowledge is God. Because it's true, God is all knowing. Think about it. So now that I've had that little Ayana Street therapy talk, let me get into what I was going to say. See if y'all can see this creek. It's very green lately. It's pretty. Usually it's like brown and hideous, but it's been gorgeous and green. All right, let's get to what I was going to say. Shri Ganesh. Let me tell y'all the power of Ganesh. Shri Ganesh. Jai Shri Ganesh. Ganesh is the elephant god. He is the most popular Hindu deity, right after, I would say, then it'll be Vishnu, and then Shiva, and then Ma in her whatever form. Those are the most popular ones. And Shri Ganesh, he is the ultimate. If you want to get into Hinduism, if Hinduism is calling you, if asking gods in many forms is calling you, because I don't like to tie it to Hinduism. You don't even have to be Hindu to do this. I've seen Christians do this. I've seen Muslims do this. And it's not the no gods before me thing like in the Bible. That's a whole other thing. Ganesh is the way to start. He's like the gateway. He's like the person at the door. There's actually a whole story on it. There's a story where Papa Shiva was gone. I call him Papa. Lord Shiva left his home with his wife, Ma Parvati. I'm gonna just call her Ma because I like calling her Ma. And while he was gone, she crafted up out of dirt and stuff, out of the ground, clay. It was clay. She created Ganesh, and she told Ganesh to watch the door and don't let anyone in unless without my permission. And so Lord Shiva came back home, but he didn't know who he was because she made him when he was gone. And he was like, let me in. He was like, no, I can't. And so Lord Shiva got mad, and then he chopped his head off, and then the Ma got really upset, and replaced it with an elephant head. That is a very metaphorical story. There's some truth to it, but it's very metaphoric. But I'm only going to touch on one part of it because there's too many levels to that. And the one part I want to touch on is the fact that he's the gateway. You understand? The mother is Shakti. Shakti is this right here. You see all of this? This is Shakti. This is the mother. This is Ma. And Shakti is known as the primordial, I think that's the right word, power that is behind everything. Shiva is nothing without Shakti. Without Shakti, the I, it's E in Sanskrit, that's the sound. His Shiva is dead. Shiva's dead. But Shiva is the ultimate, omnipresent head of God. One of. In Hinduism, they have many aspects. I'm not getting too deep into how the Hinduism works. I'm not doing all of that. So when you want to start something, if you want to remove obstacles from your life, if you're struggling with something, if your life is hard and you don't know what to do, if you're lost and confused, if whatever it may be, blah, 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 whatever it is, go to Ganesh. Start with him. Let me tell y'all about Squirrely. Hold on, let me see if you can see Squirrely. Anyway, about a good back in like 2018 type shit. I was at my parents' house. I needed a job. I was broke. I was everything. This is while I was still I was a Buddhist at this point. I consider myself a Buddhist, but I was barely practicing. I only practiced with my veganism and with it was something else, but it was nothing major, right? And I was really broke, and I needed to move out of my parents' house really bad. I needed a job. I needed a lot of stuff. And at this point, I was starting to get into what people like to call new age religion or new age spirituality. I don't see that as a bad thing. I don't care what anyone says. It's not as new age as you think. It's just a whole bunch of old practices mixed together. That's all it really is. The true new age religion is Christianity or Islam, if you really want to get down to the nitty-gritty. So I was already getting into all of that stuff. And one of the things I had been doing for a while was the subliminal messages that you can listen to at night. I just did it simple ones, like to sleep better, because sleep has always been a struggle for me. If you're in my community at Honest Street Therapy, you know one of the things that I'm grateful for every day on the daily gratitude list is I slept well. Like if I slept well, I put that, because yeah. And so I was like, whatever. And I was thinking, okay, well, what can I do now? So I started getting a little more into mantras, maybe not so much. But one thing that popped up, it was like, I just asked, all I had to do was ask. And what popped up was a Ganesh mantra. I looked up how to make money. I think that's what I looked up, how to make money or how to get a job or whatever. Mantras or subliminals or something to Ganesh. It was Ganesh who popped up. I was like, all right, whatever, I'm gonna do it. It was like an hour long. That was in Sanskrit. I could barely pronounce it. I barely knew what I was saying. Chopped up, terrible. It was awful. But I said it and I repeated it as best as possible for a long time. While I was doing my hair, I was doing something else. I wasn't about to just sit there and chant. I can't. What? And so I did that. I kid you not, like 2-3 weeks later, I got the perfect job. It led me down a path of like complete transformation of my life. Jai Shri Ganesh, bruh. I have another testimony. All right, fast forward back over 2 years ago, over 2 years ago, I'm living in my parents' house. After that, by the way, let me backtrack a little bit. After that, I kind of didn't really do nothing Hindu at all. I still consider myself a Buddhist. I was just open to other stuff. I've always been that way. I've never been closed. Only closed off to Christianity because of the experiences I've had with Christians. But that has completely changed now. Completely changed. But I hadn't done anything. And so come back to 2 years ago, I needed some money. I had to get the hell out of my parents' house. They gave me an ultimatum, and one of the options was to leave in 2 weeks. I took it. I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? At this point, I was a lot deeper into Hinduism. Not super deep, but I was getting deeper. And so I was like, oh my God, what do I do? And I asked Papa. I call him Papa Shiva. He's my dad. In my mind, he's my dad. I don't care what anyone says. I said, Papa, what am I supposed to do? He said, ask Ganesh. And I was like, okay. And so I did a Ganesh mantra. I looked up like Ganesh mantra, how to make money. I did it. I kid you not, 2 days later, $2,000, bro. I had $2,000. Look at these flowers. All I did was tell my teacher, hey, I'm moving. And she's like, I got something for you. $2,000, bro. They also download information in your mind. I had all this information in my head of how to set up a yard sale well. And one of the people came to the yard sale, told me to take the rest of my stuff to another place that got me an extra $40, bro, from just raggedy old clothes I was trying to get rid of. $600 extra. I left with $2,600 freaking dollars. Shri Ganesh, bro. I got another one. About a year ago. Not quite a year, actually. In November. I was eating bread and depressed because I was hungry. And that's all I ate that day was some fucking bread. I was like, ain't that a hoe? I prayed to Ganesh. I didn't even do no mantra. I just prayed. I was like, please, I want some money. I also wanted money to buy gifts for my friends' kids and stuff. I'm tired of being broke around Christmas. Help me, please, 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 please. Y'all, literally the next day, somebody gave me $1,200 freaking dollars. Out of the kindness of their heart. This wasn't someone random, but it was kind of. I barely knew the person. I only talked to them here and there at the community center. $1,200. I bought my friends' kids gifts. I bought myself some stuff. Shri Ganesh. Jai Shri Ganesh. And then fast forward again. I was like, Ganesh, I'm tired of this. I'm always having no money. I need some help. I need a job. I need this. I need that. I need... I was depressed. I was feeling horrible. Bro, not only... No, let me get to it. First thing he did after I did that is when I was looking him up, my phone dropped. It clicked on the video. I watched the video. The whole video basically explained to me why I was going through the struggles I was going through. Jai Shri Ma, Mata Di. Because she helped me learn some of the hardest lessons of my life. Remember how I said my car is a blessing in disguise? It's one of the biggest blessings in my life. Despite the hardships of the actually living in a car, biggest blessings in my life. So much stuff was learned. So not only did he help me make great peace with my hardships, he guided me towards where I am right now, where I have this membership, where I was in the other membership, Arlen's RLX AAA. If you know, you know. Bro, Jai Ganesh, man, I don't even know what to say anymore. All you do is ask him for something and he delivers like so fast, next day type shit a lot of times. Ganesh, listen, and this is why when people tell me, oh, demons, when they talk about the Hindu deities, I'm like, shut up. You don't even know what you're talking about. If they're truly demons, then they must like good people. Because you know what? And I'm not trying to just toot my own horn or whatever, but I've never done anything. No, let me not say never, because we all make mistakes in the past, right? But I've never done anything that was extremely awful to someone. Every day I live my life, I care about animals. I'm vegan because I care so much about the livelihood and the treatment of animals. I try my best, my ultimate best, not to kill bugs. I'm just kind. Oh, I forgot to mention, y'all, the person who gave me $1,200, you know, when I did the Ganesh mantra beforehand, literally he gave me a card and he gave me a Bible. So he's Christian. And then he said, God told me to give you this. Bruh, I literally prayed to Lord Ganesh the day before, and he said, God told me to give you this. This is why that religious crap, that separation crap, booty to me. It's all just man-made mind screws. Because God is miraculous, y'all. You just don't know. You just don't know. You could even pray to yourself as God, and God would deliver. I'm not even kidding. I don't even listen to all that noise about, oh, this is the only way. That's human activity. It's not even what God says. It's not even God's word. It's human activity. Bro, Jai Ganesh, you can use whatever name you want. The point is to have a relationship and understand these aspects. See, the reason why Ganesh is the way Ganesh is because Ganesh is known to give. He's known to, this aspect of God that is called Ganesh is known to fix the problems of your life. Literally, that's his job. Is to fix the problems of your life, to remove the obstacles of your life, to give you the intelligence and the knowledge you need to fix yourself. And all you have to do is ask. It don't even take much for him. And I'm actually about to do a Ganesh mantra soon. And I ain't gonna tell y'all what it is yet, because I never tell nobody. I just do it and then I tell y'all. But he's powerful. And you can do that with anybody, whether it be Allah, you, future you, God. But you got to look at see, this is the thing too, though. And this is me. This is my personal opinion. Do what you want with it. The reason why I like what I do with the Hinduism, and you don't have to do with Hindu, you can do other stuff, is because they have aspects. you're praying to a certain aspect of God. If you pray to Jehovah or Yeshua, no wait, not Yeshua, Jehovah, God, whatever God is, whatever his name is, Yahweh. Read the Bible and see the aspects of Yahweh. Know that that's what you're asking for, and know that's what you're praying for. So just think about it like that. For instance, Saraswati, she's known as having high intelligence. She'll help you with get good exams. She'll help you with language. I actually prayed to her. Ha! Man, J Ma to D, man. J Ma. I prayed to her to help me learn Spanish, and bro, my Spanish like skyrocketed after that. You're praying to that aspect. So just know that's what you're getting. And that's why I said, like, I feel like, and this is my personal opinion. So full disclaimer, this is my own personal opinion. I feel like sometimes when Christians only pray to God, they miss out on certain aspects of God that they can tap into. And I think that's where Catholicism gets it a little bit right. I mean, it was the original Christianity. Somehow everything kind of just, I don't know. Christianity confuses me. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's very confusing. I think that's why, like, I like a lot of aspects of it. Don't get me wrong, but it's very confusing. I have to be honest. I think it's even confusing to Christians. No one seems to agree on anything. And anyway, I think the Catholics got it a little right with that, because they pray to the saints and stuff for certain aspects. They pray for the aspects. Because at the end of the day, God is within all of us. And I feel like the Bible says that, but for some reason, I think some people just don't. This is what I'm saying. Christianity confused me. The Christians can't agree on anything. The God is in everybody, you know? And so, when you're praying to like a saint or whatever, that's the God in them. That version of them that is godly and holy and wants to help you in any way possible. But everybody wants to hate on Catholics, and I get it. The early Catholics were assholes, pillaging people, destroying villages, but those are people. Forget about the people and just focus on the teachings. Okay? I also like that they honor the Divine Mother. The Ma, man, Ma is so important. Who are you without your mother? Answer me that. Answer that in the comments. Who are you without your mother? You don't exist. You're nothing. You're nothing without your mother. I say this all the time. When I contemplate on like certain things that Ma has done for me, I think to myself, who am I without my Ma? Who am I without my mother? Well, look at the sky. Hold up. Can you see that? I love clouds. It's freaking gorgeous, bro. I just love clouds. Look at the shape it's taking on. Look how the sun is going through them and stuff. We're not in the trees anymore, but it's all good. I just want y'all to think about that for a second. Who are you without your mother? Just think about it. Because this walk is coming to an end soon. Who are you without your mother? Literally. Even me, my toxic mom I never talked to. Who am I without her? Despite how toxic she is, I'm thankful that she had me. I'm thankful she had me like this. I'm glad to be here. And some of y'all might hate your life and you'll be like, man, I wish I didn't have my mother. I want you to know that you're alive for a reason. You're valuable. You just don't know it yet. So I just want you to hear from me, okay? You might not believe it, but hear it from me. And let that like marinate in your mind, body, and soul. Who are you without your mother? Look at this. This is the mother, the provider. God provides. God the Father provides, but God the Mother provides as well. They provide different things. I feel like God the Father provides life in a spiritual sense, of an energy sense. God the Mother provides vitality and nourishment. She's the nurturer. She cradles me. Look how she's cradling me right now as I walk. I'm walking on her. And she's letting me have this solid ground with these trees that provide shade, that provide fruit and food, that provide divine knowledge, that provide mushrooms that are extremely amazing and intelligent. Ask yourself, who are you without your mom? Y'all, I might have read this video. It's getting long as hell. Let me know in the comments what you thought about my yapping. I dropped a lot of knowledge on y'all. He might not know it yet, but it's there. All right, beautiful people. Peace.